because I do want to go back to the Tyreek Hill conversation. One, because he is injured, and then two, it did go viral. So seeing his reaction kind of being carted off and him screaming like yes while he was like being carted off the field, do you guys see it as like a resilience thing, or do you see it as he doesn't care? Arabi, you started explaining, but I kind of just want to get further your thoughts before Mace and Cam go.
I mean, I just want to state the obvious, like OJ would say, I have a grasp of the obvious, but I can't speak for him. But to me, it wasn't like a resilience thing, like, oh, I'm just being resilient in the face of adversity. It just really gave relief. That's what I got from it. Him clapping and waving and smiling, to me, gave relief, whether it's relief from having to play with that offense or relief from not wanting to be with the Dolphins in general. But I didn't get resilience. I got relief.
Yeah, I got the same thing, Arabia. I hate to agree with you this early in the show, but that's exactly what I saw. When I saw him leaving off the field, a lot of things came to mind. Not only the game of football, I thought about the family situation and if he's going through off the field things in Miami, not liking what's going on the field in Miami, then, just thinking about getting out of that whole situation, and a new location may be on the horizon. And I think that's what he's envisioning, especially because this is definitely one of those times where when something like this happened, the future is going to be much different than right now. And that's another grasp on the obvious. But he's out of Miami.
I can't believe y'all niggas, man. Niggas is happy to have a dislocated knee. And then the future of football may be in jeopardy. Not just playing with, everybody, y'all two are looking at playing with the Dolphins. What if he don't recover and have the speed that he got not to be able to play with anybody? This is a situation with Arabian Mace where niggas be like, you know a POP. You ever noticed, you ever notice when somebody go to court, right? And they get found guilty? And if they crying, somebody be like, look at this bitch ass crying. But if he have a straight face, you be like, oh, that nigga don't even care. It's no winning. It don't matter what it is. You nigga, any face they got, it's always gonna be one person like, now this nigga wanna cry. Oh, now this nigga, oh, he don't care. He killed them niggas anyway. It's no winning with you in Arabia, man. Why the fuck would a nigga be happy to fuck up possibly his future career? I understand what y'all saying, like he's not happy in in Miami. It's been a disaster since he's been in Miami. I have to agree to that. But a lot of his shit is predicated on his speed. If he doesn't come back and have the speed that he has, it don't matter if he go back to Kansas City, he go to the Philadelphia Eagles, he go to Seattle Seahawks. It don't matter where he go. If he doesn't have that speed, this could be possibly him taking a huge pay cut or even a possibility of his career being in jeopardy. So I have to disagree with you. I'm saying this is more of a motivational thing. I'm going to look at this from a different perspective. I get where y'all coming from, but I can't jack that a nigga whole knee is dislocated or broke or anything else. And he like, yes, thank God I broke my knee, dislocated my knee.
But why is he smiling then? Because if you break your knee, you're not supposed to be smiling. You definitely supposed to be like, really thinking, like you said, if he's thinking what Cam is saying, then he's holding that knee and he got a real serious disposition on his face. He's not smiling. He's not going to be waving. He's going to be thinking about the future. So, where I'm from, if the nigga laughing, I'm laughing. If how somebody fall and they're not hurt, we start laughing because he's not hurt. He's
gonna laugh when he hurt too. Where we from? To be honest with you.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not terminal. Niggas start laughing.
Very logical. I think that's a very logical explanation to an emotional situation where, yes, initially, football is a very emotional game. You have to play with emotion. So in that moment, he might not be thinking the same way that you are with his speed and this, that, and the third. Like, you don't know the order of which he's thinking about things. Sometimes you don't realize it until you're like, oh, like you really sit back and think. So, I mean, that's a logical explanation that you have, but he might be having an initial emotional reaction, his team possibly being 0-4, being 0-3, not being happy in a situation. So that might be in the forefront of his mind day to day to day as he's practicing and going to games. And, it might not be a while for it to really sink in. So it could really go either way. And either way that we're perceiving, we don't know until he says something. But even then, it might be PR. So my perception, again, was that it was an emotional reaction to him not being happy in a situation. But the logical way...
listen, it's no right answer because we don't know what Tyreek is thinking. But I'm going to tell you something real quick, and I'm not bragging about this or anything else. I'm thanking God, to be totally honest with you. They tried to carjack me in Washington, D.C., and I got shot. And I'm driving. I don't really know I'm shot. I just know niggas are shooting at me. And I'm in the car, God bless the dead, my man HUD. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm driving. I'm like, oh, we got to get out of here. I think I'm hit. The nigga say, yo, Gil, stop bleeding all over the place. And I just start laughing. It's not funny. I'm just telling you what happened. Because I didn't feel no pain. I didn't even know I was shot. So, but the nigga, y'all don't really know HUD's personality. He said, Gil, you got to stop leaking all over the place. And we're laughing all the way to the hospital. I'm just telling you, people react differently to different shit. And I'm not bragging about that. I'm just telling you a real life situation. So I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm right, or anything else. You don't know how people react to certain things. And thank God I'm here. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was interesting getting all of you guys' takes because I don't know if you guys remember a couple episodes back, we had a conversation and you guys were talking about some things that have happened in you guys' life. And I'm talking about how I would react probably more emotional. And you guys said it's resilience. So that's why I wanted you guys' perspective because I'm just like, what the hell? Like, just watching it. Of course, I'm thinking like, dang, like he kind of looks happy. But then I really thought, Mase, you were going to have Cam's point of view because to your perspective, it's like people react differently because even post-game, Tua said, all glory belongs to God. Just want to thank him for keeping us all safe for the most part. Me, I wouldn't think to say that in a post-game interview when one of my best players gets hurt.
I want to say something, but I can't say it right now.
Why not?
That's just dumb to say. Why would you say keeping you safe? He's not safe if he broke his knee. There's nothing safe about that.
For the most part.
For the most part, it's almost like excluding your best player on the team. That's just not leadership quality. Like, and I hate when people use God's name incorrect, like get hit by a car and say, the Lord works in mysterious ways. It had nothing to do with the Lord. It just had something to do with you not looking both ways. This is just crazy.
That's great takes from all of you guys. I like the different perspectives. So it's an interesting conversation. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Oh, Michael Porter Jr. has been on a generational press interview run, whatever you want to call it. He has a lot of quotables. So one quote we're going to talk about today. So as we know, he signed a $200 million contract and he revealed that he splits the rent with his girlfriend with the reasoning being intentions. And he said she needs to act right month to month. He said, quote, it's very hard when you have money to tell a woman's intentions. I'd never bought a girl expensive gifts before this last girl. And it was cool to do, but I still wanted to know that she was with me for the right reasons. Every dude in this particular person's past had money. So I never wanted to feel like a girl was just with me because of what I have. He said a lot more things, but just focusing on him making $200 million, splitting rent with his girl, and then intentions. Pac-Man, what's your opinion on that?
The nigga is lying. The nigga's lying, bro. Like, come on, what are we talking about? You never bought an expensive gift? Get the fuck out of here.
Splitting the rent, like if you got
the rent, nigga, that's your job, nigga. You the male. Put it out when you want to put it out. But like my job is to take her home, right? Like so I've been with my wife for I don't even know how many fucking years it's been. But like at the end of the day, my job is to be the provider and the protector. Ask you to pay what? Well, we don't have rent here because our house is paid for. Our houses are paid for. But I'm just saying, if we did have a condo or whatever the fuck we had, I would be turning over in my grave to ask her to give me $75, baby, to pay, put something in on a light bill. Like, is that what the new generation is about? Like, because when I grew up, like, and where I'm from, a man is supposed to provide and take care. I don't know if it's different now, but like maybe I'm out of whack. You know what I mean? There's a lot of CTE shit that's going on, but where I'm from,
Yo,
though,
this
like,
nigga's wild.
you know what I mean? Like we supposed to take care and provide for the women. And like maybe I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm
That's a
cool.
lot of
Like,
CTE
if
shit.
you got 3, 4 of them, that's more taking care of that you gotta take care of. You know what I mean? But like I'm just saying, I don't know. What do y'all think? Yeah, I'm saying y'all might be different.
I think it's a lot to unpack here. Pause. When you think about him and the young lady, they're not married, right? So he may feel
Man, I
like,
asked you a question. You spend rent, bro. That's the question. What the fuck are we talking about?
What are you talking about? What's your question?
You gonna make your bitch pay half of the rent?
If she's not my girl, that's not my responsibility.
She's staying with you.
Wait, Pac.
You fucking her.
Pac, you
Let
gotta
him finish his thought first, because I want to see where he's going with
and
this
not
before we
only that,
debate.
Pac, we let you talk for fun. Let the man finish and say a statement. Let him go.
You're right, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, this doesn't make sense because if it's Michael Porter Jr.
Nah.
200, then it really shouldn't be no rent, like you said. If it's a house, then it's a mortgage. It's not a rent. So, I'm being a wordsmith. I'm just paying attention to the words that are here. You saying your girlfriend, you saying rent. If she's a girlfriend, then she doesn't belong to you yet. So then the bill is not yours yet. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what level of player you on. You might be in beginner's mode. You might be in medium, Who am I to judge, If she's not mine, I got a wife for 25 years. I'm going to take care of my wife. But if it wasn't my wife, Killer know me. I need to get it off the arm. I can't pay for it.
I know that.
Some niggas can't for it.
Hat to the back murder. Dollar right there. My nigga dollar. American green. American green.
God.
Yo,
yo,
Stat
on the ground, pass it.
Yo, first Stat. It seems like Stat has something to say. I'll go after Stat because Stat seems like she has an opinion on this. Go ahead.
I mean, I definitely do have an opinion on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just so first and foremost, I think that the girl should not be apartment hunting or paying for a crib that's out of her price range. Because it's different if you can't afford, say the rent's $5,000, $10,000, and then you're expecting, like, if you can't afford it, then that's when I feel like, okay, like, it's OD. But if that's your girl and y'all are planning on living together, I don't know exactly their situation, and you, not even to be pocket watching, but you make $200 million and she's struggling to figure that part out, I think that you should cover it.
Hold on. First of all, is she struggling?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. He didn't know the girl.
Exactly. So
but that's what I'm saying.
Don't throw struggling in the equation.
Okay, but say so. No. Okay, that's fair. But say we're apartment hunting. You make $200 million, and then you talking about like, yeah, I want to find this crib, and it's $15K. Like, let's split half. Like, your pockets are not my pockets. That's what I'm saying. The big difference is. But if it's something that like, especially you want and you have the price for it, I think that makes sense for you to cover it. Now, if she's already on her own, like covering her own thing, I think that's different because I do understand the girlfriend thing, but I do think that as a man, the man should be the provider. I do think that you should want to take care of your girl. I don't know the exact situation because I understand the men don't want to be played too because there's a lot of weird things going on nowadays. So I understand.
A lot of bitches is getting over on niggas. Go ahead.
That's go ahead. You can say it, but yeah,
that's what Stat trying to say.
There's a lot of weird things going on, so I understand the being hesitant because it's like, damn, I don't really want to pay for this shit if we ain't finna be together. But if you're having the conversation of living together,
you don't. And I'm going to translate what Stat is trying to say. You don't want to be Michael Porter Jr. paying for all the bills, and then she's sucking James Harden dick Thursday after the game. That's what she's saying. Go ahead, Stat. I just put it clear. Go ahead.
But if the conversation alone is living together, at that point, you should know your girl good enough to be like, I got it. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, we're taking that next step. But if we're not even at that step, if y'all just fucking around.
Let me ask you, Stat.
No.
You
Stat, like,
let me
really?
Hold on real quick, Pat. Let me ask Stat, son. You're a celebrity, I guess. You know, you my sister. All my friends we all end up being somebody, so I don't really like to use the word celebrity. We all prominent people in the world trying to do better for the world. I don't fucking
Definition is crazy.
Yeah, whatever. So the point being is this: you're doing pretty well in life. You got a nigga that you like, that you fuck with like that you came out of high school with and went to college with, and that's your high school sweetheart, and he's struggling, and he's fucked up, and he's house hunting with you, and he like, yo, this looks nice, man. He ain't got no money. He got a plan, but he ain't got no money. Like, man, I'm gonna figure this out. But in the time being, yeah, this is nice. What are you doing in that situation? Are you taking them with you house hunting? Are you taking them with you to look at shit? Are you gonna be like, maybe we can afford this when you get a job? What are you gonna say in that situation? Because I know you. Go ahead and lie. Go ahead.
I mean, we're gonna have to figure it out together, but
Listen,
also you gonna have to get your pockets up so we can.
You gotta
split
get your
this shit.
pockets up. Yeah,
But that's different. But that's different because I do think the man should be a provider. Yes, it is though.
It's the same.
Yo, if
It's not.
your man is going through a rough
The
patch.
reason why I'm saying that it's the same is because earlier I was saying was you won't get a chance to pick out the apartment. Like he's saying, oh, she got to pay half of the shit. I'm picking out my shit where I want to stay. Like, yeah, you might have a little say so about some furniture or shit, but like, you ain't gonna pick out where I'm staying at, and vice versa. What Cam just asked you. I mean, what Killer just asked Cam just asked you was, all right, if it was vice versa, what would you do? Like, you ain't gonna let this nigga tell you where you want to stay.
But that's also different because if I'm going to be completely honest, if I'm at the point, like, say I make way more money than, and that's the whole thing too, because a lot of men aren't comfortable with that. If I'm like, look, you ain't making what I'm making, I'm finna choose this crib and you're finna live in the crib that I live in. I know if my man is like, okay, I'm gonna be like, like I'm gonna feel some type of way. But opposite around, if the man is like, okay, this is the spot I like, I know you're my girl, you know, you can live. I feel like that is very different, especially because typically men make a lot more money than women. That's just point blank period. So if he chooses that's the crib that he wants, and then you choose the crib and then you want me to go half with you, I feel like that's crazy. But if I'm choosing it and then you're my man saying like, I'll just go wherever you go, I do feel like that's different.
Yo, listen, Murder, you kid Murder, my bad.
Yeah, I think honestly, and I know this is different for a lot of people, I don't really think you should be living with somebody that you don't want to be forever with. Like, I think that's your personal space. It's better if you're dating just for them to stay at the place they're staying and y'all meet each other on convenient times. When you start living together, you might as well marry them, and then you should be paying for everything. But until then, let her pay for her own crib wherever she at.
My whole thing is, I got two things to say because I know we got to get ready to wrap. You hear this, Murder? Nobody could win with Stat because she says this.
Yeah.
You should be making money but we shouldn't be in this situation. But then she says if she's going to look for a crib, let you be the alpha male. And then, but no, you hear this shit? She's gonna look for a crib, and the nigga don't want to. He kind of passive. Not saying he a passive nigga. He just one of them niggas like, I ain't got nowhere to stay, so I ain't gonna argue with you. And she says, I'm getting this crib,
You're out of here.
and he be like, okay, let's do it. Now she don't even like you for agreeing with her on the crib, Murder. You hear this shit? The nigga ain't got no choice anyway. So now if he be like, all right, I'll just move here because even though I don't like it, I'm not gonna say it. In her eyes, he a sucker already. So now he a sucker for agreeing, and he a sucker for not having no money. So if you don't have no money, don't waste your time with Stat. That's just basically what it's saying. You've been on this show several times saying you're not fucking with the help, you're not fucking with a garbage man, you're not fucking with a librarian, you're not fucking with a nigga who cleaned the plane. You've been on this show on the record several times saying that if you're part of the what's that shit called, Nick? First response team, she's not fucking with you. She's not, that's just basically it. And she said that. Now to answer the question, because I know we run out of time and y'all both everybody on the panel made some great points. I'm going with what Mase said when I say this. You have to pick out the key words. The key words is, yeah, you know, we agree, Murder, it's a celebration because we don't agree. But you have to pay attention to key words. Girlfriend and rent. and not only girlfriend and rent, because it's like me, for real. Like for me, I'm an Aquarius. I need my space. Even if I love you, like you, I need space, yo. A lot of niggas, when they, I used to think about this with my grandfather and all that. They take the longest way home they could get home. They take scenic route. They drive away. They don't even gotta wait. Then they sit in the house in front of their house for 15, 20 minutes. I ain't used to understand it when I was younger, but niggas be needing space, especially when you are an artist or a creator or somebody like that. And so you need space. I'm just giving Cam's life. Now back to Michael Porter Jr. Like Mase, you got just, and I'm not speaking on your family and nothing. Mase, you be in the studio. When I see you, you're creative. And it's dope that you got a dope family and everything else, and y'all have a great life. But do you need some time for you? I'm just asking.
Yeah, you have to have that.
Yeah, you have to. It's not good to be all the time. So back to the key words what Mase said: rent and girlfriend. Now think about this. Even if you're gonna be with somebody in the long run, that's great. You could take care of the bills, and I agree with Pac-Man on that. That's your girl and everything. Even if y'all ain't together, if she taking care of you and making sure you good, you gotta make sure she good. But if it's Michael Porter Jr. situation, the way he's explaining it, you gotta know the law too. Girlfriend shit could turn into 6, 7 years, and now it's squatters' rights. And now you like legally married without being married. I kicked the bitch out one time in 4 years. Or we creeping up on 6.5, 7 years. Get the fuck out. You're not going to be living here by law. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know that. I bet you Michael Porter Jr., I let a bitch live with you 7 years, 8 years, and her name is on shit. She don't got to get out. Then go to court and be like, yo, well, you was taking care of her. You know, you got to take care of her for what you did 7, do another 7. Learn the law. And Michael Porter Jr., it sounds like one of these people who got parents. I don't know if people seen it, but Jaden Daniels' mother just was on the Pivot. Shout out to the Pivot, Ryan Clark and them niggas. And she still calls him a kid. Me and Church shout out to Church, we was talking about it. And she was like, he doesn't know anything. She treated him like he was almost, the way she talked about him like he was, I don't want to even use that word, but she talked about him like he was a third grader. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't have a business mind. He doesn't know what these girls are out here to get from him. And to me, Michael Porter Jr. comes from that type of family. Now, his brother don't necessarily say that, but he's man light-skinned. We don't even know if he's fully black like that. You know what I'm saying? The nigga's wild light-skinned. He lighter than a white nigga. He might be on the sun.
Yeah, he get it.
You know what I'm saying? So
he understand the business of the relationship.
Yeah, there you go. That's that one.
Last thing I'll add, these are also not normal situations, because when you're making that type of money, you already bring in very different people into your life. So I don't know what he's went through, because I'm sure he's went through a lot, and he had to set a precedent, because if a couple months in they break up, like, is he still, supposed to still pay that girl's rent after they break up and they're not together? Like, at that point, he has to make decisions that make sense for him. So that life versus normal life is very different. That's what I'll end with. So
that's why you don't pay it. That's exactly why you don't pay it. Because when you break up, she knows it's her rent. If your name is kind of partially on the deed or partially on the lease, then you might be responsible for something, even though you're no longer there. Because the worst experience for those kind of guys would be, paying that rent, and then you find out she with a rapper or something like that. That's going to be catastrophic.
But that's why I also say, especially for women, I just don't think that you should. This is how I think. I don't think that you should try to cover anything that you can't afford. Like, even on dates, if you can't afford the $350 bill, maybe you don't need to order all them things you started ordering. Because if he were to just walk, and that shouldn't happen, but if he were to just walk out and you can't cover it, I think it starts there. Stop trying to
live a life that you
can't provide for yourself. No, seriously.
Yeah, we talked about this on the first season, and that's a good point, Stat, that you brought this up, because Murder said it. Murder said it the very first season, and that's when I knew that I had my friend back. That's when I knew. That's when I said, all right, this is still the Murder that I know. When he said, Why would you buy her Louis, Cam? She's used to Old Navy. You get her Old Navy. See, that's how he good. That's him. He's in there. Pause. That's the nigga. And I remember that episode. I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, you still there, nigga. It's still you, nigga."
But she can still be treated nice things. That's still a good thing too. I will, and I mean, obviously y'all know that. But
Still, you waffling. You all over the place tonight with this
not
stuff.
because it's so many that's where my mind is. I'm gonna ask Mike this question too because now I'm curious on his response. But y'all, that is all the time. Oh, Mase, did you have a last?
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's not just one thing in Old Navy. You get her everything in Old Navy.
Bro, y'all are crazy. Anyways, y'all, that is all the time.
What do you want?
That is all the time that we have for today, Pac-Man. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Good show today, brother.
Okay, man.
I love y'all, bro.
I love y'all too. Be good, man.
Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.